Okay, officer, you may open court at this time. Officer. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 36th District Court. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I am the presiding judge today for our specialty court docket. On this morning, you are actually in court because while we are on Zoom, we are also streaming live on YouTube. So you want to make sure that you are dressed appropriately for court. I am going to ask everyone that you keep your device muted until I call your case. And so I'm going through and muting a few people, but I need you to keep your device muted so that there are no interruptions, so that I don't pick up background noise and I'm able to hear the individual that may be addressing the court. And so with that, I welcome you and I'm ready to call my first case. I have the Wayne County Jail that's on with us this morning on behalf of Brenda Holly. And so I have the following matters: U-455-418-18. I also have case number U-471-92018, case number U-563-14020, case number U-581-00520, and case number U-581-00720. Attorney Barden and I believe Attorney Griffin is on. If you could place your appearance on the record for me.
Absolutely, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Darnell Barton, P83363, on behalf of Ms. Brenda Holly.
All right, thank you, Attorney Barton. And then Ms. Holly, I'm going to have you place your name on the record, please.
Brenda Holly.
Good morning, Ms. Holly.
Good morning, Miss Holmes.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. You look like you're doing better. You're
I
doing
am.
all right. And so, Ms. Holly, we were informed this morning in our staffing that there is an evaluation that has to take place at the Wayne County Jail on March 23rd. That's next week. It's going to take place. And so
What's
once
it?
we get that evaluation done, then the court will be able to determine proper placement for you.
What's the evaluation?
It's a psych evaluation, okay?
What's that?
Well, Mr. Barton's gonna go in the breakout room and explain all of that to you, but it's an evaluation that they have to do to determine what kind of help the court needs to give you so that we make sure that everything we're doing for you is going to be good for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, is that okay with you, Miss Holly?
I thought you was gonna say I was gonna go home.
Well, not just yet. I want you to go to the right place to get you the right help so that once we get you there, we can keep you there and you won't walk away. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Barton, is there anything you'd like to add? I do want you to take a moment to talk with Miss Holly to explain to her what's going on.
No, Your Honor, I just would like to go in the back and speak with her.
I can barely hear you, Mr. Barton.
I'm sorry, these headphones are acting up. I said we wanted to, yes, Your Honor, if it's okay, I would like to go in the back and explain.
Okay, very good. And so, Mr. Barton, if her evaluation is scheduled for the 23rd of March, then what day are you recommending to bring her back?
One moment, Your Honor, I apologize.
So the 23rd, that's next week. Let's at least do
Maybe.
2 weeks out for her.
Okay, like the 31st?
So that would be the 31st.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
And
Your Honor.
so, Mr. Lorenz, Miss Holly will return she'll return to court. She'll return to court on March 31st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Deputy Pravanti.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you hear all of that regarding Miss Holly?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, very good. I'm going to send her to a breakout room because she has some questions. I'm going to send her to the breakout room with her attorney, and then I'll see her on March 31st at 9:30 a.m. Let us know if you need anything from us, Deputy Bravanchi.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be standing by for the side room.
All right, very good. You'll get an invitation to breakout room. It should be breakout room number 1. It will be. All right, very good. I'm ready to call the next case. Let me see. I'm gonna ask for Nathan Jones. Do we know if Ms. Bradley Baskin is joining us this morning? The courtroom is muted, Mr. Lorenz, if you're speaking to me. All right, I'm not sure if she's joining us. I'll give it a few minutes. Somebody circle back and just let me know. Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. I kept trying to reach her this morning and her phone's actually disconnected.
Okay. All right. And so I know that she had a medical challenge last week unexpectedly. And so she was supposed to be here this week to tell us how we were going forward, what her recommendation was asked to Mr. Jones. Why don't you see if there's another number for the guardian that you can call, and then see what we can do, okay? Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jones, if you can hear me, good morning to you. We're gonna locate your guardian, okay? If you can shake your head that you hear me, because you're on mute. All right, good to see you. All right, Mr. Jones. All right, I also see, I believe that there is an attorney that's present with us this morning, G. Jack Burke. Mr. Burke. Okay, nope, he's doing something else. All right, let me check now and see. Officer, are you able to tell me my next case?
Next, Your Honor, will be Ms. Martin.
All right, thank you. Ebony Martin, if you could unmute for us, please. I have the following matter for Ebony Martin, case number 1904540-601. Ms. Martin, would you please state your full name for the record?
Ebony Martin.
All right, Ms. Martin, how are you this morning?
I'm okay.
You don't look like you're okay. What's going on with you, Ms. Martin?
I'm not getting good rest.
You're not? Why aren't you getting good rest? If you can share.
I'm having issues at the place I'm at Lake Ridge.
You having issues? Have you talked with your case manager about those issues?
Yes.
Okay, and so did he give you some recommendations as to how we can resolve those issues?
Yes.
Okay, and so have you tried anything?
Yes, ma'am, and it's still not working, so.
Okay, are you able to tell me what's going on, Miss Martin?
They have bed bugs.
They have bed bugs? Now
Yes.
that's a little strange because I have other residents at Lake Ridge and no one has reported bed bugs.
Yes, they have them, but we working to get it fixed.
Okay, Mr. Morgan, are you present in the courtroom?
Good thing I'm present.
Okay, Mr. Morgan, I need an answer to that immediately. We don't do bed
I'm on
bugs.
top. Okay, Judge. I'm gonna make some calls right now.
All right, Miss Martin, you were there because you were at Lake Ridge because you had some issues with the place where you were living and you needed a place to reside. Do you have somewhere else that you can reside?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is that?
It will be at my brother-in-law house.
At your brother-in-law house, not your boyfriend. I want to make sure we got the right B word. Your brother-in-law, not your boyfriend, right? Okay, so it'll be with your brother-in-law. Because here's the thing, Miss Martin, you're not at Lake Ridge because you're unstable or anything to that effect. You're at Lake Ridge because you needed a place to stay on an emergency basis, and we wanted to make sure you weren't out in the streets with your kids. If you have another place to stay, okay, then what I need you to do is contact Mr. Lorenz right now, or Mr. Morgan, give them that information. And Mr. Morgan, I'm releasing her to go and stay there, because she was not ordered to Lake Ridge because of any other reason other than there was something going on with the place where she was living. Ms. Martin has been, she's gotten on track. She's been screening well. I know she had the foot injury, but she's been doing a good job at working her program. So that's the only reason she was at Lake Ridge. So Mr. Morgan,
Okay, yes, I'm here.
did you hear what I said about her being able to relocate?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Martin, have you been working your program though?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I did get a report in staffing that you missed some hearings at Henry Ford, that they haven't seen you since February 17th. That's not working your program.
The two not counseling sessions, but the two programs that I missed, I actually was in programs for Lake Ridge. So it conflicted, the times conflicted. And when I got out of my program from Lake Ridge, I actually forgot to log in, so.
Okay, all right. And so I do know you're required to do programming at Lake Ridge if you're residing there. And so, Mr. Morgan, can you all coordinate with her this morning? Other than that, I didn't have any other issues with Ms. Martin, or none were brought to my attention in staffing.
Okay, Judge, we'll get with Ms. Martin and check on it. We'll connect her with Ms. Lena Griffin, our Family Reunification Services Liaison, and start working on her plan.
Okay, well, here's the thing. She says that she has somewhere she can go to her brother-in-law's. And so I don't have a problem because I didn't order her to stay there. It was an alternative to keep her out off the street. Now, Ms. Martin, let me just tell you this, because I don't want you to think I'm slow. There is a flag that was raised when you were talking about the eviction process. Why did you not mention your brother-in-law at that time?
Because he didn't have the means for me to stay there at the time.
And so something has changed and now you can stay there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't want you to put it on the record. I need you to tell Mr. Morgan or Mr. Lorenz what changed, because you never mentioned the brother-in-law when you were going through that other process, okay? And now
Okay.
there's a brother-in-law. And if that brother-in-law, if they determine today that is suitable, that is conducive to you working the program, I don't have an issue with you going there. And Mr. Morgan, I would still like her to get connected with Family Reunification Services through 36th District Court so that we can help her or assist her in finding stable housing for herself and for her children, okay?
Yes, Judge.
But now, I heard that bed bugs. I don't,
I'm on top of it, Judge, also.
Bed bugs, okay, well, yes, Mr. Morgan?
Yes, Judge, I'm on top of that, bed bug issue, and also I sent you a text, if you could, look at it right quick. And we'll be getting with Ms. Martin with the Family Reunification Services.
All right, very good, very good. That's fine, but I don't, they're not pertaining to my hearing, and I'm not entertaining it. All right, very good. All right, Ms. Martin, Mr. Lorenz, anything else with respect to Ms. Martin? And if not, then I'd like a return to court date.
Your Honor, we talked about staffing, whether or not to promote her to phase 2.
No, I'm not doing phase 2 today. That's why I didn't mention it. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. I have a return to court date on.
Good morning, Your Honor. I apologize. This is How
Hold
you
on.
doing, Mr. McGraw? I have you here. Your Honor, this is Darnell Barton, P83363.
Hold on,
On
Mr.
behalf
Barton.
of
Mr.
Mr.
Barton.
McGraw, I'm sorry.
Mr. Barton, 1 second. Let Mr. Lorenz finish his sentence. I'm sorry,
Miss-
Mr. Lorenz.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I apologize for the delay. Good morning. It's Darnell Barton, P83363 on behalf of Mr. Duran McGraw.
Hold on, Mr. Barton. I haven't called Mr. McGraw's case. I don't know if Mr. Barton can hear me. Someone needs to call him and let him know he's not here.
I can, Your Honor.
I'll text him. I'll text him right now.
I can, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lorenz, finish your sentence for me.
Your Honor, I have a return to court date for March 31st, 2021 at 9:30.
All right. Did you get that, Ms. Martin?
March 31st.
Yes, ma'am, at 9:30 a.m. So please, you need to disconnect and contact your case manager or Mr. Morgan regarding the things that we've talked about on the record already, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Ms. Martin. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, see you then.
All right, thank you. I do believe that there is another attorney that has joined us, and I want to just make sure that I don't like to hold up attorneys, but I have to do the Wayne County's jails case. And so there's a G. Jack Burke. Mr. Burke.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here from Derek George's office for a review hearing for Mr. Ryan Blarick.
Mr. Blarick, okay. I'm going to do Mr. Blarick's case next, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Let's go to the Wayne County Jail. Did I just
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Deputy Devanchi, you have with you Miss Selena Kelly.
Yes, ma'am, scheduled for review.
All right, wonderful. I have case number U-284-13415 for Selena Kelly. Good morning, Miss Kelly.
Hi, Judge Holmes.
Miss Kelly, why are you at the Wayne County Jail?
Judge Holmes, I will really appreciate it, and I'm having problems with doing the program. I just really don't want to, and I will really appreciate it if you can take me out of your program and give me my days in jail.
Okay, you might appreciate that, but I'm not certain that that's what I'm going to do. I'm not certain that's the best thing for you.
But Judge Holmes, since I tried to work with your, I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Slight little delay.
Well, since I've tried to work with you, I have lost my employment. I have lost my residence. My grandson is going to daycare saying the police stole his grandma. And I just don't want to do your program, Judge Holmes. I'm sorry. Please.
I understand, but here's the thing. You didn't lose those things because you were doing my program. You lost those things because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do. That's how you lost.
I couldn't report to you and work at the same time.
You weren't reporting to me and working. We're virtual now, Miss Kelly. We're doing pretty much everything over the telephone. We're doing everything by way of Zoom. We're connecting people to services through telehealth. There's very little in-person interactions that we're doing in problem solving court right now. I understand. So listen, I understand you just don't want to, but I'm letting you know, I'm not the reason you've lost all those things. You are the reason that you've lost all those things, because everybody you see on this screen that's in problem solving court, they work, they have to make the same sacrifices that I've asked you to make, picking up the phone, Zooming in, or what have you, whatever arrangements could be made to limit the in-person contact, because that's what we've been doing. And so what I'm going to do, we talked about your case and staffing on this morning. I'm going to schedule you. I'm requesting a psychiatric evaluation for you at the Wayne County Jail. I'm going to bring you back next week to see if they've done that, they've been able to do that evaluation, and to also hear arguments from all of the parties regarding your request to terminate, okay? Including your side of it. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, do either of the attorneys want to chime in with respect to Ms. Kelly?
Your Honor, I believe, I'm sorry if I may, Darnell Barton, P83363 on behalf of Ms. Kelly. I've spoken with Mr. Lorenz about this particular case already. I think we definitely agree with his recommendation. We want to help Ms. Kelly, and I think this is the first step to do so. So we
Right.
appreciate the court.
Right, very good. And so Deputy Pravanchi, I am going to
Yes.
get an order over today. Mr. Morgan is getting that order, or Mr. Lorenz getting that order prepared for my signature. And in that order, I am requesting an evaluation. And then I'll have her brought back next week, Wednesday. Did we say, no, we did not say Wednesday. I'm sorry. It would be the following week, which would be the 31st of March at 9:30 a.m. And then at that time, we will determine how we proceed. And
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, strike that. It would be that Monday because we're going to put it back on drug treatment court date. I'm sorry. Let me get the date real quick. So it's not going to be next week, Wednesday. It will be
29th, Judge.
the 29th. Yes, thank you all for helping me out. March 29th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Okay?
Your Honor,
Yes,
may
Your
I
Honor.
ask? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Would you need me the 29th, or would Mr. Ficus or the other attorneys handle that?
It would be the regularly assigned Monday attorney.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to make sure not to.
Yes,
count
no
on you.
problem. All right. Ms. Kelly, anything else? Or Deputy Pravanchi, anything else?
Your Honor, ma'am, just for the record, yesterday, Ms. Kelly went in front of the Honorable Judge Bill at Third Circuit, and her probation was closed. It was dismissed.
Okay.
So she no longer has that case.
Okay, wonderful. So she just has our case now.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. We will see her on the 29th, and we'll have an answer as to what's going to happen with Ms. Kelly on that date.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day and enjoy your holiday.
You do the same, and thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Very
Because
good.
I'm over here.
Okay, let's go to Mr. Blarick. Mr. Blarick, if you could unmute for me, I have the following. I have case number 200-440-8801. Let me have the attorney place his appearance on the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, G. Jack Burke appearing on behalf of Mr. Ryan Blair, who's appearing with us via Zoom, and we consent to that appearance via Zoom. Today is the date and time set for his review hearing.
All right, Mr. Blarick, if you could state your name, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Blarick.
All right, and so counsel, you're appearing today. Tell me what's going on with Mr. Blarick.
So originally, Mr. Blarick was charged with OWI second offense. He entered a plea back in July of last year to allowing an intoxicated person to drive a motor vehicle. And he was sentenced to 12 months of probation. And it's my understanding that so far Mr. Blarick has done great on probation, and he's been fully compliant.
He has been. Yes, he has been. And so he appears before this court. He's on level 2 or in phase 2 of the program. So he appears before this court every 3 weeks. He meets with his case manager, Mr. Lorenz, who in staffing on this morning reported that Mr. Blarick is doing very well, no issues. He's following the mandates of the program. He's taking really good care of himself. He's doing some self-improvement things that he shared with us in the past. And so we have absolutely no issues with Mr. Blarick on this morning. And so, Mr. Blarick, is there anything you'd like the court to know?
No, I'm just, continuing what I'm supposed to be doing. Working the program, and it's definitely working. Obviously, since I've been working, doing all kinds of things, improving myself, improving just a lot of aspects of my relationships with my family. And I'm thankful to actually been able to be in this program.
Yes, and we're glad that you're here. What have you been doing since the last time I've seen you? Has anything changed?
I finished my community service, which means I'm done with, the classes, the community service. Hoping maybe to move forward pretty soon. Other than that, just continuing with my therapy appointments. And my therapist is going to be writing a recommendation to Mr. Lorenz and yourself about maybe moving to once a month instead of every other week. So I don't know if Mr. Lorenz has gotten that yet or not, but that is something that he plans on writing to him. Other than that, everything's been, just keeping up with what I'm supposed to be doing, working, staying healthy, staying happy.
All right, very good. How's the job going?
Very well. Still obviously same position as management, but I'm dealing with that very well, and with like any type of stress that's been added, which is very nice, which I can't really say there's like stress that I feel, but like through therapy, that's something that we talked about, is like, it's something like happens at work, I can just kind of blow it off, and it's like, all right, I'm happy, healthy, this is fine.
All right. Is there anything you need us to help you with, Mr. Blarick?
No, I believe you guys have helped me to the maximum already.
All right, very good, very good. All right, Mr. Lorenz, is there anything additional that I need to know about Mr. Blarick?
There's nothing additional, Your Honor.
All right, very good. When do you have Mr. Blarick coming back to see me?
He's in phase 2, so I have him coming back April 7th, 2021 at 9:30, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Blarick, did you get that information? You're coming back April 7th
April
at
7th.
9:30 a.m.
All right.
All right. And so, Mr. Attorney Jack Burke, do you have any questions for the court?
No, Your Honor, it was very nice to appear before the court today. And so will the attorneys have to be there on April 7th, Your Honor?
No, we actually have attorneys assigned to specialty court. Mr. Blarick is always free to secure his own attorney, but we have attorneys that are assigned to us, and they're here for every court session.
Perfect.
Okay? Yes,
Perfect.
Mr.
Thank you.
Barton
Have a
and
great
Ms.
day.
Griffin. All right, very good. Have a good day. Good to see you, Mr. Blarick. Keep up the great work you're doing.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Very good. And so I am ready on, I see Avery Bradley. Are you here on behalf of Attorney Bradley Baskin?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm making a huge assumption. Don't embarrass me too bad.
That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. And so are you standing in for her?
I am standing in for her, representing Guardian and Associates on Nathan Jones.
All right. And so, counsel, did you need to go in a breakout room with one of the attorneys to just talk about what we discussed this morning in staffing, and or go into a breakout room with Mr. Nathan Jones?
Yes, I can do that, Your Honor.
All right. And so, do you want Mr. Jones and one of the attorneys who wants to go, or who's going?
Go ahead.
If I may, Your Honor,
yes.
Just this time, because I believe I was talking to Attorney Bradley Baskins in the beginning, and we've had multiple conversations about it. So if I could just get some information, I'll be sure to give good notes to Mr. Attorney Barton too.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
And so I am going to assign Attorney Bradley, Attorney Griffin, and Mr. Jones. If someone could accept the invitation, you all are going to breakout room number 2.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would request to talk to Mr. Bradley first.
Okay, and then send Mr. Jones later?
Yes, Your Honor, if
All
possible.
right, you all let me know when you're ready for Mr. Jones, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I am trying to get. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Jones, you have to hold tight a little while longer. Okay, let's keep going. I know
Your Honor,
that.
I apologize for
Your Honor,
interrupting. I'm gonna decline the.
Yes, please
breakout
do. It wouldn't let me delete the breakout room. All right. Yes, Mr. Lorenz?
Your Honor, are you going to need me to get a hold of Ms. Sydney Rogers to be part of that discussion with Mr. Jones?
Mr. Griffin, if he needs Ms. Rogers, he'll reach out. I don't want to say yes and then we summons her. All right, very good. And so I am ready on the case from Genesis House. Can you remind me again?
Miss Stacy Cooper?
Miss Cooper, is Miss Cooper on with us this morning?
Yes, she is, Your Honor. She's the
Yes,
one.
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, there's Miss Cooper. Very good. All right. And so is the counselor still with you, Miss Cooper?
No, she got ill this morning, so they had to take her out. She had failed.
Okay. All right. I hope everything's okay. I'm going to call your case number. It is case number 200-589-9201. Miss Cooper, state your name for me.
Stacy Lynette Cooper.
All right, Miss Cooper, you are in our virtual courtroom, which is also being streamed live by way of YouTube. Do you agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. How are you doing, Miss Cooper?
I'm doing well, Your Honor.
Very good.
I'm due to complete.
Okay, I know you're
I'm due to complete the program on Friday.
All right, but I want to know, what does doing well mean to you? What does that mean to you that you're doing well?
Your Honor, I've been clean and sober for the last 30 days.
Wonderful. So proud of
planning
you.
on going. Thank you. I'm planning on doing IOP starting March 23rd.
Okay. All right. And you're going to do that intensive outpatient treatment at Lincoln Behavioral?
No, at Higer, I believe. I don't know if I'm
Hagera is going to be for
right.
substance use, continued substance use.
Right,
And,
correct.
okay. So you have a plan to address your issue, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, both on with substance use as well as mental health, right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Do you feel different, Miss Cooper? Do you feel like you're feeling better?
Yes, I do feel like I'm feeling better. I'm actually glad that you sent me here because I've learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to working the program.
All right, very good, very good. And so I know that we had discussions with Ms. Cranston on this morning, who also indicated that you're doing very well and that you're going to complete the program this week, Friday. There was a recommendation from Mr. Lorenz that you be allowed to return home. There's some little checks and balances that he has to do to make sure that home is the best place for you to return to. And so as long as that all checks out, it looks like you're going to be going home, but it's going to be important, Miss Cooper, that you continue with your treatment, that you continue to work your program, because you said you feel better. So in order to continue feeling better, you've got to do your part. Do I have your commitment to do that?
Yes, Your Honor, I will continue to do my part.
All right, very good, very good. Yes, Mr. Barton?
Yes, Your Honor, and I apologize for interrupting. I just wanted to bring to your attention that we do have a plea agreement for Ms. Cooper in regard to her traffic citation. They are going to go ahead and dismiss that per the city.
So I only have, there was only one matter that showed up on my docket. Are you stating there's another case? Oh, yes, there was a speeding ticket. Is that correct?
Yeah. That is correct, Your Honor, and that's being dismissed. I have that information here. Should I forward that?
No, you're fine. Okay. I put it in, I wrote it down in a different section. And so we'll make sure we resolve that, and we can do that very quickly since it's a recommendation for dismissal. That's case number SP 115336681. And Mr. Barton, you have indicated that, and this was a speeding ticket, is my understanding. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. To be clear, it was 6 to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit.
And the people wish to dismiss?
That is correct, Your Honor. Per APA Sydney Rogers, P82072. We have a plea recommendation to dismiss that particular case that you mentioned prior.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Drew, if you could make
Yes,
sure
ma'am.
that we dismiss her remaining ticket. It was a speeding ticket,
Okay.
SP 115333681. I'm dismissing that without prejudice pursuant to the people's recommendation. Thank you, Mr. Barton.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Lorenz.
All right. And so, Ms. Cooper, do you have any questions for the court today? You're doing well. I want you to go home and work your program.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I can leave on Friday because I have to return to work on Monday.
Okay, but
So I
understand,
wanted to,
I understand that you should be released on Friday to return to work on Monday, but you've got to work your program.
I will work my program, Your Honor.
All right.
And I also wanted to address the issue of my bond. I wanted to have them to pay my court costs and fees out of my bond money and then return the bond money to me. The rest, the remainder of the bond money to me.
All right. Ms. Drew, is there a bond on this case?
Okay, I'm pulling up her case right now. Let me
All right.
double
To
check.
the extent that there is, I'm going to have you
Yes.
apply the bond. I don't know
Okay.
if there'll be money to return to you, but Ms. Drew
Yes,
and
there
Mr.
is.
Lorenz, you all can work that out. Apply the bond to her specialty court contract, and
Okay.
then we'll go from there, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Cooper. So if there's money left over, then it should be refunded. If not, then you've paid your fines and costs, a portion of it, okay? But they
Okay,
have
that's
to
fine, Your
reconcile
Honor.
the money. I don't do the money, okay? They'll
Okay.
reconcile it for you. All right, very good.
Okay.
Very good. All right, and so Mr. Lorenz, my question to you is, because she's going to go back to work, where are you gonna be working, Ms. Cooper?
I've been working at Champion Foods for 5 years. I've just been off the last 2 years because of my medical condition, but the doctor said that it's okay for me to return to work.
All right, very good. And so you'll be returning, and Mr. Lorenz, my question is, and I don't know that you can answer this, but I want you all to work on, you have her at 2 different facilities, one to address one issue and Hagera to address another issue. And so I'd like to find out why we can't do both at one facility so that she is not running all over the place. And so if you can look into that today before she's dismissed on Friday or before she's allowed to go home on Friday, I'd like that to happen. Because what I don't want to complicate things for her, but I do want Ms. Cooper to understand that working this program, maintaining your stability, that's number one, not the job. This is number one, okay? Ms. Cooper, you understand?
Well, Your Honor, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I had a difficult time finding intensive outpatient in the evenings. So I did find a place, and also Lincoln Behavioral Services is able to see me in the afternoons after I get off work.
Okay. Well, if that's
So
the best
I think
thing for
actually,
you, if that's what's best for you, so that you're
I think
able to continue
that's,
working, then
yes,
by all means, let's do it. Okay?
I think that's the best for me.
Okay, that's fine. Then that's gonna be the best for me, as long as you're working it, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, very good. Mr. Lorenz, is there anything, or any of the team members, anything you'd like to add?
So just to confirm, Your Honor, you are okay with her plan of doing both providers then, or do you
Yes.
still need me to look
She
into
just
it?
said that that's better for her because it's conducive to her work schedule, but she's able to work her program. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Your Honor, but there is nothing else I have.
all right. Anything from any of the attorneys? If nothing else, she
No, good
should
luck,
be
ma'am.
coming back to see me on March 31st. Is that correct, Mr. Lorenz?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 31st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. and it will be by way of Zoom.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Good
I'll
to
see you on March 31st
Good to
with
see
more
you.
good news.
I'm sorry.
All righty.
Okay.
I said,
Bye-bye.
I will see you on March 31st with more good news.
Oh, wonderful. I like your attitude. All right, ma'am. I'm looking forward to it, okay? All right. Take care. Yes, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask the court to, this is not regarding the client that just spoke. This
Okay,
regarding
so Ms. Cooper is free to leave. Okay, very good.
So, Your Honor, I would ask the court to place Nathan Jones and I back in the breakout room with Attorney Bradley,
All right, very good.
because he's still in the breakout room.
He's in breakout room number 2. So Mr. Jones is going to breakout room number 2. And then I don't know why, Mr. Griffin, I can't get you. You can't opt back in, Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor, I'm not saying I can't. Let's see. It says join
Hold on
breakout
one second. Let me do this. I'll move you to breakout room 1, and then I'll move you back to breakout room 2. That's the only way it's letting me do it.
Not a problem. Hold on.
Did
I
did
see
you
it.
get it?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. Thank you, Your Honor.
There you go. All right. Very good. Very good. I have the Wayne County Jail on. Wayne County. I'm not certain why they're on, but we'll keep on moving.
Mr. Artist, Your Honor. That's Mr. Artist, Judge. For the Wayne County Jail, that's Mr. Artist. I don't know what happened to him. They must have went to get him.
Okay, very good. Let's see, I can probably do at least 1 or 2 more, and then I need to take a recess. I need to go into recess. Yeah, I know.
Okay, Judge. You're good people.
All right. Your Honor, is there Mr. Smith that we're waiting on? I don't know if Joshua Smith is on or not. He said he was. Oh, there he is.
Okay. Mr. Griffin, you have something for me?
Yes, Your Honor. Where Mr. Jones is, they're indicating that they're requesting that the hosts allow them to unmute. They're saying they can't unmute themselves.
No,
But
themselves.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Now they should be able to do it. I'm sorry. I don't.
Not a problem. They put up a sheet of paper and wrote on it.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No problem. Going back in.
All right. Very good. All right. I see that the Wayne County Jail has brought Mr. Artist before us, and so I am going to call Mr. Artist's case. I have case number 200-617-3501 for Christopher Artist. Mr. Artist, if you could ask them to unmute you, because I need to be able to hear you. Is there someone that can unmute you, Mr. Artist?
Yes, ma'am.
There you are. Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm doing well. State your name for the record, please.
Christopher Douglas, Artist.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Artist.
Yes, ma'am.
This morning, we had an opportunity to talk about your case. It has been recommended that you have a guardian, and your guardian is asking that you be allowed to move back with her and be able to get the services that you need.
Yes,
however, there's an intake that needs to take place on today with Mr. Lorenz. And you're going to do that intake today with Mr. Lorenz. It's my understanding that you're going to do it over the telephone. And then Mr. Lorenz will present the court with a plan, and we'll work that plan, okay? How does that sound to you?
Good.
All right, Mr. Lorenz, anything different you want to tell us?
No, Your Honor, that's the plan. It's at 4 o'clock today. I have a phone call with him.
All right, and so you already have your contacts at the jail and all that good stuff, right, Mr. Lorenz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. So Mr. Lorenz will make that call, and he will, and you all will do the intake, and Mr. Lorenz, you'll circle back to me to let me know how we're proceeding with Mr. Artist. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Artist, you have any questions at this time?
So what's really going on, man?
You're gonna do your intake today at 4 o'clock. That's what's really going on, okay?
Okay, and then after that, what's going on?
Well, you have to get the intake done first, and then I'll determine what's going on, okay?
So I gotta come out to court probably next week?
Well, I'm gonna give you a court date of next week, but if we can get that intake done today and Mr. Lorenz has a resolution, doesn't mean you'll be sitting in jail until next week.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I am gonna give you a court date.
Okay.
Mr. Lorenz, do you want a court date of next week? No, we want a court date of March 31st. It would have to be March 31st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. But that doesn't mean you'll be sitting there, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We work outside of the courtroom too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. If nothing else, I'll see you at least on the 31st. And Mr. Lorenz, I'll hear from you hopefully sometime today, this evening.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, good to see you, Mr. Artist. You look very well.
Y'all have a good day, okay?
All right, Mr. Artist, did you hear me?
Yes, what'd you say, man? I didn't hear you.
I said you look much better today.
Yeah, I just give him a mustache. Just give him a mustache, take a shower. I take care of all that. I'm gonna do all that.
All right. All
Your
right.
Honor,
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Morgan's trying to jump on for a second and tell you something.
Judge, can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, ask Mr. Artist.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, yes,
Judge, I just want to, if we can, so Ms. Drew can put on the ROA, that he not probably be released to only his guardian. Is that what we want to do? Or are you going to allow him?
No, once I hear from Mr. Lorenz as to what the results are from the intake, then I'll have Ms. Drew fashion an order that includes, it depends on what the recommendations are.
That's concerned.
Okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you all. And thank you to the staff at the Wayne County Jail. All right, bye-bye, Mr. Artist.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right. Are we ready on Mr. Jones? Let me have you unmute. I am going to place the first matter on the record, and then the court reporter, you have the remaining, you have the remaining case number. So I have case number U 575-83320 for Nathan Jones. Appearances for the record. Mr. Bradley, you are muted. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Avery Bradley, I appear on behalf of the guardian, and associates.
All right, thank you. Mr. Jones, state your name for the record.
Nathan Earl Jones.
All right, good morning again to you, Mr. Jones.
Good morning to you, Judge.
All right, and Mr. Griffin, place your appearance on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Herman Griffin, P77169, Defense House Counsel for Mental Health or for Specialty Court.
All right, very good. Tell me how the parties are proceeding on today.
Your Honor, thank you, Attorney Bradley. So, Your Honor, after speaking with Attorney Bradley, it's my understanding that he has received an order from the circuit court to be in the Walter Reuther treatment facility for up to 60 days with the possibility of renewal. So right now and that order came through, I believe, March 5th of this year. If he is scheduled to be released, his guardian will be made aware first, and then we ask that the guardian give that information to the court. And then how it goes is 60 days, up to 60 days. Then the treatment facility, they petition for additional time, which would be the next phase would be 6 months, and then after that, then it would go up to a year.
All right, but we don't know what they're going to petition for right now. We are working with the Third Circuit Court's order of 60 days at Walter Reuther.
Up to 60 days, Your Honor. Because I had to make sure I understood that part too, because it's not, that's why it's so important. If the guardian once the guardian is made aware of any changes, that the guardian communicates that information to the court, because it's really is up to 60 days. 'Cause I thought it was minimum 60, but it's up to 6. So if his treatment dramatically changes, it could be suggested that he's released earlier than 60.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Jones, did you hear
Yes.
what they stated?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how
I'm
do you
ready to
feel
be
about it?
released.
I'm sorry?
I'm ready to be released. That's how I feel.
That's how you feel? You're ready to be released? All right, so
Yes.
here's what's going on, Mr. Jones. There's a court of higher jurisdiction, Third Circuit Court. And what they
Yes.
say, I have to follow. Right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
they have said that you're gonna be there for up to 60 days. Doesn't mean you're gonna be there the whole 60 days, but they said up to 60 days. So right now, I can't do anything different because they supersede my order. So what I am going to ask the parties to do is to make sure that, and I know Attorney Bradley Baskin has been, in the trenches with this particular matter, is to find out, when the circuit court is thinking about releasing him, and then we can pick up and work from there. But right now, my hands are tied by their order.
Your Honor, may I just
their order? Yes.
I'm gonna clarify. It's the probate court, not circuit court.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the probate
court.
Probate
Okay.
court. Right. And what'll occur is that when the facility feels that he's ready to be released, they will contact the guardian, because the guardian at that time would help to facilitate placement. And so the moment that we received information, we will certainly notify this court and notify you, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good. So I know we had some discussions this morning about whether or not how we would handle Mr. Jones's cases. I think for now, we need to just hold off and because I know Ms. Bradley Baskin had indicated some things regarding how we would go forward with a plea or no contest, a plea of no contest. I'd like to hold off until she returns and see where we go from there. And it also give Attorney Avery Bradley an opportunity to determine how he would like to proceed if he's going to take over this matter. Okay. And so we're at a standstill anyway. So I don't see a reason for us to have to rush at, how do we dispose of his cases?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And so what I'd like to do is I'll bring Mr. Jones back. I'll bring him back on March 31st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Any questions for me?
No questions, Your Honor.
None,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Mr. Jones, you have any questions?
Well, it's not really questions. It's really how long will this take until things is already all the answers is given?
Well, I don't know the answer to that because there's another court involved, the probate court. But you're going to come back and see me on March 31st, okay?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
It's good to see you today, Mr. Jones.
Yes, ma'am. It's good to see you too as well.
Continue to work your program while you're there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Continue to work hard. You deserve it. And it looks good on you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Take care. All right.
Judge?
Yes.
Judge, we have someone who wants to say hi to you, some of your Detroit's finest.
Officer Spears.
Oh, I miss you all. I miss you all.
Oh no. I was like, I want to say hi.
All right. Take care.
I have a couple cases coming up, so I'll see you
Good.
soon.
All right.
All right.
Attorney Bradley, thank you for standing in on this morning. If nothing else, you are free to leave, and we'll see you again. I hope everything's good with Attorney Bradley Baskin. Make sure you tell her I asked.
I certainly will, Judge.
Yes, and so we'll be back together again on Mr. Jones on March 31st. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care.
All right. Take care. All right. I need to go off the record for a second, and as a matter of fact, I need to go into recess. Just give me a moment and I'll let you all know how long that recess will be. Thank you.
We got you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
Wait, she gotta see her face?
All right, court is back in session. Thank you for that adjournment. I am ready to proceed. There are some other individuals who are joining us for observation purposes on this morning. And so, officer, I'm ready to call the next case.
Next, Your Honor, would be Ms. Beard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Tell me the case again.
Ms. Beard.
Ms. Beard, good morning, Ms. Beard. There you are, if you could unmute for me, please. Ms. Beard, can you hear me? You can unmute. I have the following matters for Inyala Beard. I have case numbers SP 114-58313, case number SP 114-58311, SP 114-58631, case number 19044777701, and case number SP 114-58312. Ms. Beard, state your name for me.
Inyala Joy Beard.
Good morning, Ms. Beard. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Judge Holmes. I'm doing great.
You're doing great, Ms. Beard. Let me see you.
I
I see
am.
you have your hair down this morning. Look at you. You look so nice, Ms. Beard.
Yep. Thank you. I did a little something.
You did a little something. Well, you did a good job, Ms. Beard. You did. All right, Ms. Beard. We had an opportunity to staff your case this morning, and it was reported that you are doing very well. What do you think about that?
You. I mean, I'm putting in the effort.
You are.
I was initially very resentful that things didn't go my way, but I've really, once I got over that, taken up very eagerly, figuring out, what's going on with me.
Yes. Yes. How are your babies doing?
They're doing well. They spent my stimulus check because my oldest son turned 10 yesterday and my middle son turns 5 on Friday.
Oh my God, the whole stimulus check. So that means I'm not getting anything, Ms. Beard. Not this go round, right? I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. All right, Ms. Beard. All right, very good. The recommendation from Ms. Willis this morning was that you would maintain where you are right now and continue to work. She said some really good things about you this morning, Ms. Beard, that you are really putting in the work and she can see it. And so I want to know, what do you think about that, about maintaining for right now?
I mean, I'm okay with that. Is that in regards to my kids coming here or?
Well, we didn't talk about your kids coming. Tell me your thoughts on that.
I mean, they want to be with me. I want to be with them.
Okay. Do you think this is a good time though, or can we do just a little more work on Ms. Beard?
I could probably go for 2 more weeks.
Okay. I think that's a good choice. I think we should do a little more work on Ms. Beard. So this time when the babies come back, that they will be able to stay with you. They'll understand that, look, mom's done the work on herself and now we'll be able to stay. How does that sound to you?
That sounds okay.
It sounds okay. Ms. Beard, you in a different place because usually when I say that to you, your whole demeanor changes. You're in a different place, aren't you?
I am. I mean, I've made a lot of strides with my own personal discoveries and just employing the coping mechanisms that I do know to use, and just trying to, work through my own unpacking of things that I've allowed for myself that were not suitable.
Yes.
Certainly not conducive to parenting. So because I do know once they get here, a lot of my groups are going to be on pause. So I like the groups here. So.
All right, so let's spend this time working on Miss Beard. How about that?
Okay.
All right, very good. Are they treating you well at Positive Images too?
They are.
They are? No complaints?
No, I love the staff here.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, Miss Beard. I am. Do you have any questions for me? Anything you need us to do to help you stay on track?
No, ma'am.
All right. From the attorneys or from Mr. Lorenz, is there anything you'd like to add? Mr. Barton? Uh-oh, you're muted, Mr. Barton. Okay. You know I don't understand sign language. Mr. Lorenz, is there something you'd like to say? Did I mute you all? Is that what y'all saying? You can unmute yourselves. No, I did not mute you all. Oh, no, did I? Yes, I did. It's because Mr. Griffin made me do it. All
Well,
right.
Your Honor, first off, yes, it's our fault. So let's just address
Get
that
it
right
straight.
away. Yeah, no, I apologize, but Your Honor, just briefly, Darnell Barton, P83363, on behalf of Ms. Beard, I just wanted to thank you for specifying that extra need for her. I think that'll help her a lot. I do want to ask that her next hearing, if it's possible, that we do address the visitation with the kids and things of that nature if she's showing good positive records. And then lastly, excuse me, I apologize, John. Lastly, I just wanted to make sure you were aware of the plea agreement that was offered by the prosecutor. Essentially, they would be dismissing all of the charges except for the case with the last three numbers 863.
Wait, we've already taken a plea on Ms. Beard's cases. Is that correct, Ms. Drew?
Good.
Or is there something else?
Your Honor, if I may.
Well, you say you check it, Judge. Let's see.
Okay, yes.
We were, you had put this on hold when she got picked up. You wanted to see how she was going to do through residential treatment and then revisit it at a later date on whether or not you would accept.
For the new cases, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, this is for the driving while license suspended.
And I believe this is the one that Mr. Lorenz sent me the plea agreement for a while ago, Your Honor. And I agree, that's exactly what happened. We said we're going to hold off on the new cases.
All right, and so Mr. Barton, are you asking me to address those today because you have a plea offer, or are you asking me to address them when she comes back?
Absolutely, Your Honor. When she comes back, Your Honor. I just wanted to make you aware of the plea so that when we come back, we were clear to go. But thank you, Your Honor. And thank you, Mr. Lorenz and Mr. Griffin.
No problem.
All right, thank you. So then I'll address those matters when she returns on March 31st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Mr. Lorenz, was there something else you wanted to add?
Your Honor, if I may make one recommendation, since the team and myself believe that she is doing very well at this point, I would like to make one small recommendation to remove the tether potentially. If the court would be willing to remove her tether.
Okay, so Ms. Lorenz, there was something that you brought to my attention regarding that tether, and I indicated and I gave some direction in staffing.
I apologize, Your Honor. I do recall that conversation, that there will be a sidebar conversation taking place, and we're going to revisit that. I apologize.
Yes. And doesn't mean I won't remove it before her next court date, but there's something that I instructed the team that I wanted to see happen before I removed it. Okay, Ms. Beard, I know we're speaking like a different language, right? So let me tell you what's happening. I got some information about the tether, and I asked Ms. Willis, there's something I want her to explore, okay? And then I will determine whether or not we should be removing the tether. Doesn't mean you're gonna keep it on till the 31st, but I just wanna give Ms. Willis the opportunity to do her part, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right.
And my apologies on that, Your Honor. I just forgot to write that note down.
No problem. All right. So I'm gonna see you again, Ms. Beard, on March 31st at 9:30 a.m., okay?
Okay, I'll be there.
All right. If you need us before then, you know you can always dial in. Okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Take care. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Mr. Attorney Ryan Hill, I just noticed that you are in my courtroom. You
Morning,
have
Judge.
a matter before me today?
Kind of. Mr. Joshua Howell was scheduled to be, I think, before you as it relates for, I think, a show cause or violation of probation.
Mr. Howell, all right. And so, Mr. Lorenz, I will need you to go into a breakout room because the information I don't want to place on the record at this time, but there was an emergency that came up with on Mr. Howell's end as to why he's not here today. And Mr. Lorenz or someone needs to go into the breakout room with Mr. Hill to update him.
Judge, I know what's going on. That's why I'm here. I was going to.
Oh, okay, okay. I wasn't sure if you knew what was going on with him because it came up unexpectedly. And so what's happening right now, Mr. Hill, is that Mr. Morgan and Mr. Lorenz are working on that he is not to be released from the hospital until he has been evaluated. And then a determination is made as to where he will be going when he leaves the hospital.
That's fine, Judge. I just wanted to make sure the court was aware. That's all.
Yes. And so it's my understanding that that evaluation should take place sooner than later. And hopefully we should have something very soon.
Hey, Judge, thank you. I just wanted to make sure the court was aware. That's all.
Wonderful. And then Mr. Lorenz, I'm glad you're here, Mr. Hill. Let's make sure that if we get some information, we keep Mr. Hill, Attorney Hill in the loop. And Mr. Hill, if you get some information that's beneficial to the court, so we don't have him just sitting anywhere where he's not getting the help that he needs, if you wouldn't mind making sure you share it with Mr. Lorenz, of course, nothing confidential, but from the hospital policy side of it.
I will, Judge, and just so you're aware, Mr. Lorenz has kept me updated on everything. He's been calling the office repeatedly, and I do appreciate that, Matt. Thank you.
All right.
No problem, Mr. Hill.
All right,
Attorney
Mr.
Hill.
Hill. Take care. Good to see you.
See you, Judge.
All right. We are ready on the next case, officer.
Next, Your Honor, will be Mr. McDaniel.
Mr. McDaniel. Good morning, Mr. McDaniel. Where are you? Mr. McDaniel on the phone. Mr. McDaniel, you chilling?
All right, thank you. How you doing, Miss?
Good morning, Mr. McDaniel.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. State your name for the record.
Dantes McDaniel.
All right, I have the following matter for Dantes McDaniel, 200-556-5601. Mr. McDaniel, I got a good report on you today.
Have you?
What'd you say?
I said, have you?
I did, in staffing early this morning. I heard that you're doing well, that you're following the rules, that you're working on you. Have you been referring back to your vision board, that wonderful vision board that you showed me last time we were together?
Yes.
All right, what you been doing?
Waiting to go to transition.
Other than waiting to go to transition, have you been doing anything else off your vision board?
Oh yeah, I've been studying and referring back to it, going back.
All right, very good, very good. So you brought up transitional. Let's talk about it. You indicated to me that you want to go to Ypsilanti. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So there's an issue with how does that get paid? Because there's something going on with insurance, right?
Yes.
And so we have not been able to, it's outside of our control, but that issue has not been resolved with insurance companies and who's going to pay what and where. All right.
Yes.
And so until we can do that, you'll have to stay there at Elmhurst. This is what I'd like you to consider, Mr. McDaniel. I would like you to consider doing transitional at Elmhurst. I know you want to go back to Ypsilanti, but I don't want you sitting impatient if, you know, there's another alternative available to you because of insurance, because I don't know how long it's going to take for the insurance people to resolve insurance issues, right? I don't know how long that's going to take. So I'd like to see you transition. What do you think about that?
Good morning, Judge Holmes.
Miss Alston's gonna tell me how she feels about it.
He already knows how I feel.
How do you feel about that, Miss Austin?
Well, I said that he was shooting himself in the foot, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
Going to Ypsilanti with the issue with his insurance and who will pay for it, as opposed to staying here for 4 months and not having to worry about it. And then he could save his money, and then once everything was arranged in Ypsilanti, he could then transition out there.
Mr. McDaniels, what you think about that?
I feel 4 months is extremely long.
What do you mean 4 months is extreme? That doesn't mean you won't be in transition somewhere else for 4 months. What do you think?
For here, I would like to get my first job out there.
All right. Well, you know, we're dealing with insurances. And it may be a lot of time before we can get you squared away. I don't know. I don't have the answer because that's out of my control.
So in the meantime, you should be doing something productive.
There you go. That's where I'm going with that, Miss Austin. Why not make the best of it where you are right now? Because we haven't been able to work out the insurance. Not we. We're waiting on somebody else because I don't control insurance at all.
I will, but what if I was to do partial of time here and then come up upon our address?
No. That's not the plan. That's not the recommendation either. Mm-mm.
I wasn't thinking that, but I was thinking about filling out my own application for my own apartment.
No, we're not ready there. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. So, Mr. McDaniels, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. I want you to spend some time thinking about what we just said about doing transitional at Elmhurst, okay? So you can be making the best usage of your time while you're there, okay? You have built relationships. You have Miss Alston there. You have the other individuals who you've been working with. I see you not wanting to look at Miss Austin. She's smiling too. He's smiling, Miss Austin. You can't see him, but I can. He's smiling.
I know.
And so you have relationships there. You've become familiar with the facility there. And so you might as well make the best out of it, just in case the insurance issue doesn't get resolved.
Okay.
And then that way you're already in transition, which means you're one step closer to individual living.
He can just worry me every day, Mr. Judge Holmes.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said he can just worry me every day like he does.
What do you think about that, Ms. McDaniel?
I think that's perfectly fine with me.
All right.
I'm pulling on one of his braids, Judge Holmes, so he has to say it.
Mr. Lorenz. So I want him to do, because we're waiting, and we've been waiting on that insurance piece. Let's have him do transitional right there at Elmhurst for now. And that puts you one step closer to independent living, okay?
In the meantime, I'll try to follow up. I told Mr. Lorenz yesterday during the conference call that I would try to see any of the resources I had when I was working with parole as far as transitional housing and the insurance part up in Ypsilanti.
Okay, I appreciate that because that's important to him. And so, did you hear that, Mr. McDaniel?
Yes.
Now, even though you done told Miss Austin you don't want to be there where she is, she said, I'll still look at it and work on it for him.
Yes.
All right, very good. Mr. Lorenz, what do you want to add, if anything?
No, the only thing I would like to just say is, Mr. McDaniel, just like we spoke about yesterday, just make sure, you try to be a little bit more patient. We're trying to help you. Miss Alston wants to meet you halfway if she can. We're going to look into some things and try to get things set up for you, but continue to work the program and benefit from the things that are being provided for you.
All right. All right. Anything from the attorneys? Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. Anything from the attorneys?
I would just like to say, Ms. McDaniel, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad things are working out for you, and just keep us updated on any changes. You should have my information. So just let us know of any changes that come about.
Okay.
All right. Very good. And so I have Mr. McDaniel returning March 31st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
He will be here, Judge.
Wonderful. Good to see you, Mr. McDaniel. I'm so proud of you. You have come such, yes, why are you saying no? I'm saying yes.
You know, he's been in a very silly, immature mood today.
Oh, is that what it is?
He says he's happy. So
He's
that's how
happy?
he is when he's happy.
All right, we all have those days, Mr. McDaniel, but I want you to know I am very proud of you. I see your progress. You look better, you sound better. I hope you feel better. And I'm just excited for you. I am. I believe that this is really going to get you the start that you need to stay on track in life. I believe that. You think that's funny?
No.
That's the kind of mood he's in today.
It's okay. All right. I'll see you on the 31st of March, okay?
Have a good day, Judge Holmes.
All
Mr.
right.
Lorenz,
Thank
have a
you, Ms.
great day.
Austin. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have one last matter that I'm going to do. And then I had my students came on for extra credit. I'm going to release all 7 of them. You all are released unless you have questions for all of these people that you've seen today, attorneys. You are, or you can ask me in class on another day. But I wanted them to come because we've talked about in criminal justice, restorative justice. And so I wanted them to observe what restorative justice looks like. It's not your everyday normal activity in court. And so while they probably have all walked away from their phones and their devices and they're not listening at all, I do see their names and I'm letting them know they're released if they choose to leave. All right, let's keep going. I think the last matter we have this morning is Joshua Smith. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Smith, if you could unmute for me. I have the following matters for Joshua Smith. Case number 200564691. Case number 193736641. Mr. Smith, if you could state your name for me.
Joshua Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, how are you this morning?
Pretty sick.
You're sick? What's going on? Oh, yes, Mr. Smith. Okay, you doing everything you're supposed to do?
Yep.
All right, very good. Everybody's safe at home or trying to be as safe as you can be?
We all got coronavirus.
Everybody has it?
It's just me and my girlfriend live here. She's got it too. We're both pretty sick.
Okay. All right. And so you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. I want to encourage you to hang in there. I talked with Mr. Lorenz this morning, or we in staffing, and I indicated to him that you are not going to test for 2 weeks, okay? Because of course we want to keep the public at large safe, and that he's going to give you instructions on when you are to test, you know, once you get past the 14 days to test so that you can get a negative test before you go back out to do your screens, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Ms. Willis did inform us that you're going to do everything telehealth with her for 14 days. You've been doing that?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Is there anything that you need us to help you with?
I was hoping I could go back to jams.
Okay.
When I do go back.
All right, Mr. Lorenz did tell us that you were making that request. I don't have an issue with it, but right now I don't want you testing anywhere until we can get you a negative screen, okay?
Okay.
And then Mr. Lorenz, you can coordinate with Mr. Smith and the representative at JAMS to get him back at JAMS for his testing. Okay? All right. Mr.
Yes,
Smith,
Your
you have
Honor.
any questions for us?
No.
Mr. Lorenz, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor. He's doing very, very well.
All right. And so, for the attorneys, anything you all want to have to add?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, very good. I'm going to see Mr. Smith again.
He's on phase 2, so he's April 7th at 9:30, Your Honor.
April 7th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Okay, Mr. Smith?
Okay.
All right, wonderful. Good to see you. I hope you feel better, you and your girlfriend, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm ready to call the remainder of the docket. I have the following matters. U 504-87119 for Chanel Fletcher. She was scheduled today for an arraignment on the bench warrant. She has not appeared. And so I am going to have you, Ms. Drew, mark that ticket, specialty court. I am setting the bond at $500, cash and surety with no reduction.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then Miss Drew, I'm not certain if you have Howard Matthews on my docket, but Mr. Lorenz did inform me this morning in staffing that her matter has been rescheduled to March 24th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I do have that date, Judge. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. And those are all of the matters that I have on my docket. Did I miss anything, Ms. Drew?
Let me double check. Kevin Stanton.
Mr. Stanton.
We adjourned him till, sorry. We adjourned him till Friday, Your Honor.
That's right, Friday. So put him on the docket for Friday. They're supposed to try to get him done today, not try. You're gonna get him done today, right?
Mr. Stanton's the one that's going to see Deja in person today and Dr. Olson tomorrow.
All right, very good. All right, and so is that it for the docket, Ms. Drew?
Yes, it is.
All right, wonderful. All right, thank you all so much for serving. Did you have any
Your Honor.
questions for me? Yes.
There was one piece of information that you wanted for Miss Cooper's case. You wanted the victims' names?
Yes, Ms. Cooper?
Yes, Stacy Cooper's case, Your Honor.
Yes, give me a second. I need to make sure I write that down. Oh, Ms. Cooper's not in this spot. One second, here she is. All right, can I get the victims' names, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The victim is Michael, and then the last name is spelled B as in boy, E, D as in dog, E-L-L, Bedell.
All right.
And then the complainant is Erica Benjamin.
No, I need to know who are the two people that are no contact.
Those are the two that are no contact.
Okay, Michael Bedell and who else?
Erica Benjamin.
All right.
Because it says in past ROAs, the complainant and the victim.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Lorenz, when you have conversations with her or the attorney, just remind her of the no contact order with those two complaining witnesses and no possession or purchase of a firearm.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything